Happy Friday! It's Scarlett J and I here. As promised, I wanted to just kind of talk about what this whole thing looks like with being a mom and hanging out with this beautiful 4.5 month baby girl. Um, this shit's not easy. Let's be honest. Coolest thing I've ever done, hands down. So fulfilling. Just absolutely such a dream to be a mom. I love being a mom. I can't imagine not having this little creature here now. And so she really is hashtag such a blessing. But like I said, this shit's not easy, right? So I just wanted to be really real about what this whole thing looks like with trying to juggle a full-time job and being a wife and being a mother. It's just not easy, right? But she's such a huge why as to why I'm doing this whole thing and, why I'm doing it while she's young. I want her to grow up knowing that, all that things are like limitless, right? That she doesn't have to be held back by issues with food or the way that she looks or I don't want her to grow up the way that I did, let's be honest. So especially in regards to kind of health and wellness and, forming relationships with food. And I want her to know what it looks like to live a healthy, active lifestyle. And I'm doing it really for me, but I mean, she's such a big motivator. Cool it. She really is such a big motivator, right? So, I just want her to be strong and healthy and thrive and know that she can do whatever she wants to do. And I feel like that kind of starts with me, right? As her mom. So, she is. I'm like, she just motivates me to be the best version of me. And I want to do everything I can to set the best examples for her. And I don't want to be tired. I don't want to be like out of breath because I'm chasing her or, embarrassed to get into the swimming pool with her when we start swimming lessons, which is actually going to be soon, right? And you should love any form of any of yourselves, right? So, and I really do believe that. I don't think that there is, a size regulation on what it means to be happy and to have self-love. And but I want to be healthy and I want her to grow up knowing that activity and like healthy cooking and just mindfulness is important. So she's a big motivator, but she also is really good at throwing wrenches in a lot of my plans. Let's be honest. Sometimes things don't always go accordingly when you have a teeny tiny in tow, right? So, for example, Scarlett has reflux, and so it's not uncommon, it's not funny either. It's not uncommon for us to have like 3 wardrobe changes before we can get out the door in the morning, or to the gym or to wherever we're going. So that's that in itself, right? So like whatever you're doing and it's already hard enough to get out the door with the baby, add on like an additional potentially 30 minutes to your schedule to allot for Scarlett's wardrobe changes. I have to plan things around her naps, right? So for example, Thursdays are my day off. Those of you that are a mom or married to a mom or know a mom know that your days off really aren't, we're not over here like lounging. Some days we do, but most days it is, cleaning what you didn't clean earlier in the week while you were working or grocery shopping or meal prepping or going to the gym, and Scarlett's on a pretty decent schedule. And so, with naps and that sort of thing, don't get me wrong, I do believe in raising like a flexible child, kind of roll with the punches, but I do like to be aware and mindful of when she is going to be napping and that sort of thing, because if this sassafras doesn't get decent naps during the day, she's a pill in the evening. So I have to think about those kinds of things when I'm going to the gym, and kind of time it around her. And so it's just an extra element, right? And it's not a bad element, but it's another one. And so it's just another thing to add to, a non-parent's busy plate, right? Just so for those of you that are not a parent, I'm not underplaying, what you do and, going to the gym and that sort of thing by any means. This is just my experience, and, oh, bye. Dad, come get your baby. So she is. I mean, she's just a whole thing on her own, right? So I am breastfeeding Scarlett. Scarlett is not exclusively breastfed. I never really produced more than an ounce to like maybe 2 ounces every 3 to 4 hours. And I was devastated that I could not exclusively breastfeed her for a long time. There was a lot of, okay, bye. There were a lot of tears. I felt solely and completely inadequate as a woman and as a mother. I feel like if I should be able to do anything for my child, it should be to feed her. And it is what it is. So I can't exclusively breastfeed Scarlett, but I do what I can. And so I'll nurse her, and then I follow up with a bottle on top of it. And she has a sensitive tummy in general, right? So when she was born, she had kind of like a suspected milk intolerance. I won't say allergy, but like a sensitivity. Her stomach just didn't do super great when I consumed dairy. So what's nice about Whole30 is it just kind of takes out the label reading and the guesswork. I mean, I'm not eating dairy, and so her stomach is doing a little bit better, right? She's also super sensitive to cruciferous vegetables, so cabbage, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower, that type of thing. All of my favorites, naturally. And that's been a challenge. I am starting to reintroduce those things. It's been about 6 weeks, one at a time, just to kind of build up her gut. She's taking a probiotic, and she seems to be reacting better, but that's challenging in Whole30. You kind of replace rice with cauliflower rice, or you eat roasted broccoli, and Michael loves roasted cauliflower. And so that's kind of been a bummer. But with Whole30, when you're breastfeeding or you're pregnant, you are allowed to snack more, or eat smaller meals, more often. A typical Whole30 is just 3 round meals once, a day. I've really been eliminating the snacking, keeping it to a bare minimum, because I want to retrain my brain more than anything. That's like the really cool part about Whole30 and my experience with it is it's really not about the weight loss and that sort of thing. It's about retraining your brain and kind of just not, relying on food, not thinking about food. And I'll talk more about that next week, but I'm not starving. I'm not seeing my supply plummet. My supply. I'm not seeing anything crazy happen to it. I'm fueling myself. I'm fueling my body. I am taking in enough calories. I've been asked that by a few of you, like, are you eating enough? I am eating enough. I assure you, I'm not hungry. And so that's that. So, and I feel good about nursing her because I know everything that's going into my body. And I don't know, that just feels really good. Like knowing that what I'm giving her is just good, solid, healthy milk. Cool. In this whole week and a half that I've been doing this, a lot of you know that when I first started, I was like in the gym 6 days a week. I'm doing it. Okay. And then reality set in, and I'm really happy with how, my nutrition and how I'm feeling my body is going. And I'm not super happy with my time in the gym or lack thereof, but I'm not using that as an excuse to get out of exercising and that sort of thing. So I might not be in the gym as much as I want to be, which I need to be. And we'll talk again more about that later, about me still being a big fat sissy in the weight room. But sometimes if Scarlett's napping, I don't want to get her up and pack her up and go to the gym and wake her up and blah. And so I work out at home. And so, and I'm okay with that for now, I have big goals. I have really big fucking shoes to fill of my own, of things that I want to do. And so the gym is going to be a huge part of that. And it is now. But right now I am, as I go through this whole process, I really just want to focus on loving myself and being kind to myself and being flexible and not being so hard on myself. I have a really bad habit of, if I can't do it all, then I don't want to do anything, right? So I am a perfectionist. I like to do things the right way. I like to do things that I commit to. And so I'm not bailing on the gym, but 6 days a week right now is posing as a challenge. So I'm going to do what I can. And if that means working out an hour at home, so I can make sure that Scarlett's getting a good nap, or make sure that Gunner is being able to go to the dog park, or whatever the case may be, take care of things around the house, eat dinner with my husband while my baby sleeps, because that's like a damn luxury, right? For those of you that are parents. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take care of me while I still go through this thing. So don't worry, it's going to happen. I will be in the gym often and banging around heavy weights, but right now I'm just going to focus on getting activity in. I still, 5 to 6 days a week, but I'm going to just kind of like ease back into this thing a little bit better than what I initially was planning to do. So for those of you that are, familiar with my Instagram, I love to cook. Cooking is a huge passion of mine. And the cool thing about Whole30 is I cook a lot, because you kind of have to. And I'm okay with that. Like I said last week, my kitchen is pretty much like a stage 4 meltdown all day, every day. And I think that it's worth it. And I want Scarlett to grow up like I grew up in the kitchen, and cooking healthy meals and loving it and taking pride in that. And so it's cool because I'll put her in the kitchen with us while we make dinner, and when we're eating dinner at the table, we put her up there with us. So I really enjoyed that aspect. And again, that's just another thing that it adds to the day, right? So like the meal prepping and the grocery shopping, and sometimes I cook 3 times a day on my days off. And I'm okay with that. It's for some people that don't love cooking, it's work. But I really like doing that. I like doing that for my family. I really like cooking for Michael. He loves my cooking. So that's really about it. I just really wanted to kind of shed some light on, what this whole thing looks like, being a full-time working mom and having these huge goals and wanting to do all these things. But part of me also really wanted to be a little bit vulnerable and let you guys in on what it really looks like, right? Like sometimes I don't sleep more than 3 or 4 hours a night. We don't, Michael and I both. And it's motherfucking hard to get up in the morning and be like, here it is, 4 a.m. I've been down for about 15 minutes. I'm ready to go to the gym. But that's going to be something that I really have to wrestle with and figure it out, I know that her sleeping will get better in time, but I want to do things now. And so sometimes I really am going to, and I have pushed through the exhaustion and the tired. But I also know that sometimes I need to take care of me because I have another body to take care of. So if mom's not taken care of, she can't take care of anybody else. I really believe that. And so for those of you that are out there doing the same thing, baby or not, I commend you. I'm just looking forward to, what the rest of the next 2 weeks with Whole30 look like, and these next couple of months. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. See you guys next week. You have to push stop.
Sounded really good. I liked it.
Did it?
Yeah.
And then you were in it, and then you were in a movie. You made a movie.